Well, fáilte deatha háide ag agann eile de music at Madden's liomsa Lynette Fay. And this is a weekly podcast which celebrates the traditional music community in Ulster and beyond, hosted here in Madden's Bar in Belfast, which is the home of traditional music in the city. And I think it's fair to say that musicians come in here because they're well looked after. And I suppose that's what we're trying to do here, is just celebrate family and connection on the podcast. So this week in this snug, I have two strapping young fellas here who are frightened for their lives about the questions I might ask them this week. Gary Curley and Stephen Banjo McKee, because I will call you Banjo during this conversation. Welcome. How are you?
Not too bad. Thanks.
So chunky business.
Chunky. Still two big chunky boys here.
Chunky business. Well, this is the thing. You have actually got round to recording the first album, which is great. Yep. I'm delighted to hear it. But how did you get to the stage where the two of you decided to go together?
Well, I suppose like me and Stephen's been playing Stephen?
Nearly 10 years now.
10 years feels like 20, but 10. But yeah, and I suppose it feels like the right stage to do it. We've been meaning to do it for quite a while, and despite a few setbacks, Stephen here was a bit prone to a few incidents that kind of postponed the album about 2 or 3 times anyways, I'd say, so. We've
always been talking about trying to do an album this past 3 years or so, but between double jaw surgery in November 2023, then I broke my leg at the Castle Overtones in April 24, and then I chopped my finger off in a Fermanagh accident in February this year. But I got it back on, luckily enough, so. And this is what it looks like now.
Holy God. Do you know, whenever people come up with excuses for not getting an album recorded,
but the thing about it was,
they never actually can list off a list like that.
Well, Gary let me off the hook with a leg, and then with the finger, he's like, "No, we have to do it. Frig it, just go on." So
God knows what'll go next.
I know. And with the finger, he says we have to do it, even though you're playing the banjo.
I know.
Right?
That's what I'm saying.
Do you know he doesn't need the leg to play the banjo?
I did probably better without it.
I think it was coming to the stage where we're just like, we have to do something here because something badly's going to go wrong. So, so we got it done anyway. We got it done. Luckily, it was the right hand, so it wasn't too bad.
Oh my God! I mean, you did it at home in your house, Gary.
Yeah,
you had a home studio your daddy built.
Aye, so me and Dad built it during COVID, and it was a great wee project that we had. And God rest him, he was a fierce handyman, did different jobs for people as well as being a plasterer, and did jobs around across Fermanagh for people. And one of the last things he did was build a home studio for me, So it was great to have it, and we could go in at our own leisure and record away. We had Dave Sheridan recording with us.
Oh, lovely.
It was brilliant, and the crack was absolutely 90,
It was good crack.
I was good crack, so.
The crack's 90, but you give yourself a limit where you need to get the whole thing done in a few days.
Yeah.
Because that's the danger. Whenever you have your own space and your own studio, you can dabble about and take your time and do a bit here and do a bit there. Why did you make it so intense?
Well, I suppose
you worried he'd break something else.
I have to pin this man down to get the thing recorded. So I have to go 3 days. Don't let him go anywhere else in between the recordings because you'll probably mess up something else. So we did 3 intensive days. But I have to say, apart from Dave was great crack to record with, but also he kept you going and focused, which is what you want. You want someone that's into your style of music as well as having the crack and all the rest. You want someone that's going to do the right job for you. So we were happy anyways, and hopefully we'll see what the rest of you think.
Oh no, but I've had to listen to it. It's deadly. Chunky business is the business. Oh no, fantastic. So whatever it's all very easy to say we're going to do the new album and we're going to record and all the rest of it. But how did you approach it, Stephen?
The actual recording?
What tunes? How did you decide what tunes you were going to play and how you were going to have? To be honest,
we actually made some of the tunes up on the spot.
Well, there's 2 sets that was done on the spot.
In your living room. Then,
but see, the good thing with us is we do a lot of sessions at home, and we actually use some of the time in sessions. We'd be kind of test running sets, in a way. You test run them and see how they work, and it was a great chance to kind of it was just us playing the sessions, so it was a good time to kind of test run them, and then obviously you take time out and focus on the range and like all
some
that.
of the,
Like,
some of the tunes that we come up in your living room was nearly our best sets, which is surprising.
Well, actually, funny now, Dave Sheridan, there was one set that we did, and it's called, well, it's not called it on the album, but secretly it's called the Fajita set. So like there was a set that we played, and it was the only set that was done in one take, but like we had a few fajitas beforehand. They're very spicy, like, and yeah,
we were on fire then.
And for some reason, we were on fire after it, and we went into the studio room, and it was our like we just got it one take.
It was one shot take, aye.
Dave said, "Yeah, that's the fajitas."
So, and then the rest happened like 15, 20 times.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it. So the secret to you playing well is get the fajitas in, and then it all sorts itself out. Oh my God! And how have you got to this point of playing together that you wanted to record an album? What is it about this particular duo and the combination of box and banjo that works?
Well, the word chunky came out of. I'll go back to chunky. Chunky started when I first met Gary. We're not playing music overly fast, or it's not slow. It's like an in-between speed. And I said to Gary, this sounds like, sounds different compared to most music. And so I just come up with this word chunk, and it just sort of took off. It's like just steady, strong pace. And sorry, what was the question?
It's about the two of you, is about the box and the banjo, and then also about the two of you coming together to record an album.
Yeah, well, like, I mean, like our styles did like mix very well. Like, and I had a big influence of accordion music back at home, and of course Stephen with different banjo players there. For example, like Adrian McAuliffe, etc. And like, you know, our styles went well together. We were about, what age were we? We're 30 now, about 18 or like 19. You know, like when we met, and I'd say like, you know, it took a few years to find someone that really just meshing well with your style. So, like for Stephen, like it worked, like, you know. Yeah. So, but
it took a few years to get get into develop the style too. Like, like we have come on a long way since we first met.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it feels like the right time to record, you know. And I suppose
definitely
other things going on as well. Like, it kind of set it back, but yeah, it felt like the right time to record, and we were feeling chunky, so we got down to business. That's it in a nutshell. Like
the chunky business. I love it. It might take off as a what. So what? Tell me about your style. It's chunky.
Yeah.
Well, funny, like chunky. Like there is a lot of TikTok pages. Like that's. I don't know if you've seen them, but like a lot of TikTok pages called chunky certified and all sorts of names. There's even a chunky AI one, and it's like
it's a weird one.
It's a weird one. Like it's.
You're talking about stuff that's down with the kids now.
I think so.
No. Well, to be fair, now I'm on to TikTok, like, but like I have it, but I've seen what's going on with the chunky stuff. And
so you're leaning into that a wee bit as well, then maybe.
Well,
you see, whenever it comes to recording an album, then do you think about, you know, how you're going to promote it? Is that part of the process, or did you just want to make the album, get the tunes down, and get it out there, and maybe do a few gigs?
Well, I more or less, like, I wasn't too worried about making money out of it. Like, I just wanted, it was something I always wanted to do. And like, as we said before, like, it was now or never, because I've just had wild bad luck this past while. It's unbelievable.
Great there.
But no, we've been talking about it a while.
Yeah, we have, like, in terms of, well, we have a launch coming up in November. At the end of November 28th, we're doing a home launch with me, and around that same time, we're doing a launch with Stephen up on the screen.
Yeah.
So like well, that's the main focus of the minute. Get them sorted, and then in springtime we've got a few festivals and like different concerts lined up across the country.
So how then, whenever you say, like, you're from Bow and Fermanagh, you're from Ballinascreen, Derry. How did you end up playing music together? How did you get to know each other?
I think it was when my sister Lisa, when she moved to the Middle East, I had really nobody to play with. And
you poor wee creator.
Honestly, God, this is what it was. My brother Mark sort of stopped playing, and then it was sort of me left to find someone to play with. And the thing that helped with me and Gary is we're both the same age, we're both at the same stage of life, we're both at uni. And it just went from there, to be honest.
I'd say that we met during, like, university. Like, I was up in Derry, at McGee, and I was playing with a lot of different people there. Like there was a great scene of traditional music then, you know, and I say I met Stephen around that time just through different friends like him and like his brother Owen, you know, and like we'd all be very close, like, you know, like since them days, like, you know, and so yeah, that's really how it came about, you know.
I noticed there you didn't say you had your brother Owen to play with. That was noted. That was noted there, Stephen.
He was
Byron player
Byron
again,
player,
never
Byron
gets
player.
the
Nobody to play melody tunes. That's what I want. That's what
play
I
away
want.
with the one on the Byron there, but sure, where
Poor Owen didn't get a touch. And then what was you mentioned there, Derry? So would you have gone to Derry to seek out tunes at that point, or you know what was the dynamic?
Now, I sort of learned all my music through my sister, and then going to Armagh Pipers Club, I went to Mark Mohan. That was for a few years.
Keeping bad company.
Yeah, yeah. But look, I actually learned most of my tunes through Gary. To be honest, like I've learned a serious amount of tunes, but I've taught Gary a few tunes as well. I hope I have.
yeah, he has. He's composed some good tunes as well. So he has, Stephen, and
Don't know if we'll go there.
Well,
Go on. What made you start composing tunes?
Just random in the house one day, I just decided to
Deadly.
just come up with something. I called it the Curley map because
not after me, like, but it's there, like.
It's all right. Like it's not the best. Like I think it's a bit repetitive, but it was something anyway. So
Oh no, but I suppose you're pushing yourself out of your comfort zone with that too. But
it's hard to come up with a tune too, like, you know, because there's so many, you know, you've only got so many notes to work from, you know. But no, it's all right. Like I'm trying. Like it's not easy. Like you'd wonder how the likes of Liz Carroll and all them great composers do it, you know. But nah,
So many tunes out there as well that
Sound the
you
same,
pick
yeah.
up. So
Yeah.
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it gets harder the more tunes you know.
But
you know, you
that-
start.
But that's it. You know, you said something there, Stephen. You know, a lot of tunes, you know, some start to get a bit repetitive and sound the same. So whenever you were choosing tunes for the album, then, you know, what was it that you wanted to? What sound were you after? You know, what did you want? How were you going to set
basically
yourselves apart?
just good driving, steady tunes that suit our style, to be honest. And we
Yeah.
just thought that them tunes we put down, like we have plenty of other tunes that we could use, but
Yeah.
but we just thought they were the right tunes to come around. Like.
They are like a lot of them are tunes we'd play in a session at home
Yeah.
comfortably. I'd say like 50% is at least, and then others are tunes that we've picked up off composers such as, like, for example, Liz Carroll. She has lovely tunes there, like, you know, and
With a fair few of hers on the CD now, in all
Paddy
fairness.
O'Brien and a few other composers like that. But, you know, like very distinctive composers that, you know, that suit our style, like, you know. So.
Liz Carroll, she's got this knack, hasn't she, of composing tunes that sound like they're
they're all-
traditional,
they're all
and that they've been
unbelievable.
played for years, but they're not and completely new, and with titles like Barbara Streisand's Trip to Saginaw, you know, it's just amazing. But I was going to something to say. Yeah, you're talking there about the sessions in the house, Gary. You've mentioned them a couple of times.
Yeah.
Your house is a big Cayley house.
Well, yeah, from like I'd say I'd been playing the accordion since I was about the age of 9, and like my mum, she would organise sessions at home in the house every Monday night, and still to this day they're still going, you know, and it would just involve getting all of the locals like across the county, to be honest, like across from Fermanagh, and you know you get them together, and you know it was on a Monday night. Now, especially when I was at school, these sessions, they would run from about 9 o'clock to maybe sometimes 12 o'clock at night, sometimes 1, like believe it or not. And I used to be going to school the next day, and you know, like you think it was out the
Night
you know,
before.
like the night before the hangover. I was just playing tunes in the house, like, and you know, you hear stories of ones and people singing songs too, and like all the rest, and you just end up sitting up most of the night. But you know, obviously the people there wanted to be up to that time as well too, like, but yeah, so it was a good way to learn music and mix with a lot of young people that would have came to the house, and we would have played tunes and learned from each other too.
So
like,
who would have been around that kitchen table,
oh, like,
so
I
to speak,
mean,
like learning tunes and playing with each other?
yeah, well, like great range of ages, like both my parents, you know, like Fermanagh people such as, you probably know John McCann there, I'd say, and Martin Tracy, the Cathcarts there, Aoife and Emer and their father John. So like a lot of local people like that, you know, would have came along and would have been good tunes and still going to this day, as I say. So it's great to have it, you know.
And is it true that your mummy and daddy started playing music or learning music with you?
Yeah. Yeah, so my mother and father started the same time as me. Now, my grandmother did play, and she would have played at local halls maybe, and played at home, but she wouldn't have ever travelled very far. Whereas me, like, I'm kind of doing the complete opposite, like. But yeah, like it would have came from my grandmother, and then of course my parents wanted me. They saw the interest in my grandmother playing the accordion, so then they both decided to start playing whenever I started playing. So it was good to learn when they were playing, and for me and Mum still be playing tunes there to this day. Like so.
And is it all accordion?
Well, like me and Mum did, yeah. Like my father did, I played the fiddle, yeah. So
very good.
Yeah, so
very good. But I think there's a brilliant message there for people, who maybe haven't learned music when they were younger, that you can pick it up at any age.
Oh yeah.
Because I think we're trying to break down that kind of stereotype that if you haven't learned it past 20, you may forget about it. You can do this any time of your life if you want to.
Surely, yeah.
It's really important, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then what about your path to music? Was you're saying that your siblings all play music? Was there music in your house?
So my sister Lisa, she's the oldest, and then she plays the fiddle, and then I have a brother Mark. He plays the pipes. He's a year older than me. And then I have a younger brother Owen, as you know, and then I have a younger sister Erin. Well, she used to play the flute, but she doesn't play anymore. But
Erin.
Erin. But no, it all started in primary school. There was a music teacher there, Yvonne Devlin, so she would have got us going into that, and I'm actually grateful that she did, because it's a great thing to be in now, and obviously the CD and all coming out. But no, it's when my sister got. Me and my sister and brothers, we always would have played together. But as time went on, we got into school, high school, and when my sister finished school, or she went to university and moved to the Middle East, it started to fall apart.
Aye.
So there was a bit of less playing going on in the house, and then that's where Gary would have come in at that time, like. But no, like I would have been
sound like I adopted him or something like.
But no, I would have grew up playing music with the Mitchells, from the Loop, and Emer Mahon there, from Marfeld, and there'd been bits of music. I wouldn't have really it went any further in the Loop. It would have been in that wee area, like Dripperstown to the Loop, and just went from there.
And then where did the Armagh Pipers Club then come onto the radar?
So that's when I went to secondary school. When I was in secondary school, my dad took me up every Monday night to learn the banjo. See, in primary school, I was playing the tin whistle, and I was through out of it, to be honest. I was beating tin whistles off the back of people's heads. I was a bad rascal.
Well, now it's banjos, like.
Honest to God, I was. But I think I got back into it at some point later on.
Skitter.
I was a wee skitter. But no, I was up to all different kinds of things. I had no interest in it, to be honest. No interest in music when I was in primary school. But then I started taking interest in when I got to high school, and then picked up the banjo, and then went to Armagh Pipers, and Mark Mohan was a tutor there, and sort of just a group class, like, I just learned as much as I can there for a few years, and then my sister Lisa, she sort of would have kept me right, even though she didn't play the banjo as such, but she knew what was right and what was wrong, so she kept me going that way, like. So no,
she kept you from beating
beating people's heads with banjos as well.
That'll be a different story.
Don't turn your back on this man anymore.
But what do you think brought you back, into the fold, in the way that you went at it like properly? Because when you went to the Pipers Club, I presume there's like an amount of discipline needed there to keep up every week. You're expected to, a lot's expected of you when you go to those sorts of classes. So what do you think changed?
I think when you make a bit of progress, like I was making no progress at all. When you make a bit of progress and then you start going out to sessions like away from like my wee area, like I started following with Gary and stuff, you start seeing, going to Flaws and stuff. Yeah. You start seeing more people your age doing it. And it sort of just motivates you to keep going, like. Because I don't know, like, it's playing with other people, it just gives you a bit of motivation, like, and sort of, you just keep practicing, meeting new people. And that's what it is all about, the music too, meeting people. So I think that's the biggest part of the music, is meeting all the great people we met over the years, like.
Agus clacimid brisú Anish le couple focal of Ogin o Urahori and Fod Crealta. A couple of words now from the sponsors of this week's podcast, Music at Madden's. And Ardra Single Malt Irish Whiskey is a heavily peated, triple distilled, all grain in whiskey that signals a bold revival of Donegal's lost distilling tradition. Ardra Single Malt Irish Whiskey has already been awarded a gold medal at the Irish Whiskey Masters 2025 in the Single Malt Super Premium category, and it's a true product of place. This whiskey, it's uncompromising in character, and for over a century, regional distinctions in Irish whiskey has been lost, replaced by conformity. But Ardra Single Malt Irish Whiskey breaks this trend, reclaiming Donegal's distinctive character, made with the heavily peated malted barley, distilled with the grain in matured, sherry forward in American bourbon and virgin oak casks. And to learn more about Ardra Single Malt Irish Whiskey, you can check out the Ardra Distillery on Instagram at Ardra Distillery. Also sponsoring this week's Music at Madden's is Boatyard Distillery, situated on the banks of Lough Erne in County Fermanagh, dedicated to producing the best gin on the island of Ireland. Its Boatyard Double Gin, which has been made with martinis in mind, is pouring in some of the best bars around the world. And Boatyard is proudly B Corp, becoming the first B Corp certified distillery in Ireland in February 2023, underlining its commitment to social and environmental performance, accountability and transparency. The team works closely with local farmers, uses organic ingredients wherever possible, and designs their processes to reduce waste and impact. And we ask you to drink responsibly and over 18s only. And do you think then, falling in with different groups, you're learning more and more? Like, I know you're going out with Orla McAuliffe, you be in London an awful lot. There's a completely different scene over there. Does that kind of elevate the challenge for you in a way as well, to kind of keep up and step up to it?
It does, aye. Like, you different tunes, different parts, even in Ireland, different parts of the country you go to, there's different tunes altogether you never heard before. Mm-hmm. And that's the beauty of the music. And even over in London, like, you just learn music you've never heard and add it to your collection. Like, and me and Gary would be sort of playing tunes, and like, Gary would learn new tunes there and playing them, and I'd be learning them, and then we're like, oh, this actually sounds good. Like, so
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it was like a large part for me. Like, was like I was in Fermanagh playing music for a long time, and many great friends I made there, and learned lots of music. But then whenever I went to university, you kind of branched out to different counties. Like, even Cavan and Tyrone and Derry have a lot of friends there that would have learned a lot of music off, to be honest. Like, like a lot of my music would have came from there and influenced you. But as I say, Stephen was the main kind of driving force for pushing my style, and I suppose like vice versa. Like,
it's hard to explain the style. Like, it is like people would play, like, we're known for playing reels, and reels is our favourite tunes to play. Like, but like,
well, like, most of the album is reels, apart from
yeah.
There's a few jig sets and the odd hornpipe, because we are from like Fermanagh. I'm from, like, and they love their hornpipes. Like, so there's a hornpipe or two there as well. Like, but yeah, you'll not really find any polkas or like anything like that. Like, we'd need extra fajitas for them. A lot of fajitas.
I'll give you the second album. Yeah, fed by fajitas. Yeah, there you go. There's the title and all for you. Oh my gosh. But then, Fermanagh though, you're also, you're saying about the styles from other counties looking maybe a wee bit east. Mm-hmm. But like, Fermanagh is such a melting pot there, because you're bordering with so many different really, really musical counties there as well. What is it like? And box playing in Fermanagh as well is so celebrated, and I'd say a lot of very competitive.
Very competitive, but like, it was great whenever I was growing up, because like, you had a lot of like, there was a lot of great players there that was like, for example, like Darren Breslin, like Michael Curran, Chris Maguire, all the old boys like that I used to look up to, like, and still do, like, they're old boys. I know they'll be on to me now after this giving out, like, but like, it was great to have people like that you'd watch, and it was great influence, like, like at home, having that near to you. And then of course you branch out to other counties, and like across Ulster, Cavan, Tyrone, they're all big accordion counties, like, so there's a lot of good influences there,
Yeah, and like, who, if you had to pinpoint one influence Who's your god? Who do you look up to?
Well, at home, Darren Breslin would have been. Like further afield, people like Oliver Devney, Danny O'Mahony, down in Kerry and in Galway. They're all massive like influences for me. Like so, yeah. But and of course Stephen has his own there too. Like I mean,
Adrian McCullough from Fremount in County Cork. But I just loved Adrian's playing. Like it actually reminded me of home playing. Like it's just I learned different things from Adrian. Like just throwing in wee triplets here and there, like and stuff that you didn't realise you could do. Like that's the beauty of the music. Meeting the different people and just learning from other people too. Like
yeah, and also having the confidence to do your own thing with it. I'd say is a big thing also, especially when you're dealing with something that is so heavily based in tradition. It's been handed down, but you want to put your own stamp on it in a way as well, don't you?
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, like I feel like if we heard our own, like if you'd know your own music straight away, like other people, if they're listening to banjo playing, people would know it's me, and I'd like to think people would think the same thing you are, like so.
Yeah.
It's like a bit unique in a way too.
And what is it you get out of the session? It's obviously feeding you tunes, repertoire. You're learning. It's opening your mind, and by the sounds of you, Stephen, like it's blowing your mind. Whenever you're hearing all these different styles from different places, and it's back to that idea that you're never gonna master all of this at any point because there's so much always to learn.
You're never done learning. Simple as that. Like you're learning all the time. Like and. I don't think anybody ever could say they've learned everything because they haven't. Like there's thousands and thousands of tunes and thousands of ways to play the same. Well, not thousands of ways to play the same tune, but there's numbers of different ways to play the same tune. But no, that's the beauty of the music, I suppose.
It is.
And what about you, Gary? You were saying there about your granny and the music coming down there through your family, and there's a lovely story about. You have an accordion of your granny's that now the idea was that you went to the repair shop, the television series with your granny's accordion that needed repaired. Who came up with this idea?
Well, to be honest, it was I suppose the idea came from Peter McKenna, which all good ideas naturally come from. But like Peter had told me about a person that was looking like instruments for the show, so I ended up getting in touch with them, and that's how it all came about. But when I told them the story of, like behind my grandmother's accordion, it was hers that she got in the 1940s, and it was smuggled over the border between Cavan and Fermanagh during like the war, and that had been there and it needed like to be resurrected. They were happy to take it, and it was a nice experience. Like very nice people, looked after you well, and they did fix up the accordion, which was great. It
was in poor condition now.
Very poor.
I remember Gary coming to me one day in this black bag, and he says, this accordion seems very strange. And he opened it up, and I said, Gary, that is absolutely riddled with woodworm. It's just like dusting. Yeah. So the boy did make some job of it. Fairness.
No, he did.
So, but did he know what it was? Whenever you showed it to him, did he understand what this was?
Oh, he did. He did know what he was getting himself in for. But he did work on organs, like the fella that was doing it up. So he wouldn't really usually work at accordions. Usually if I'm getting accordions done, it'd be Martin Quinn is my go-to man. And he's done up a lot of accordions for me, and even made me accordion recently, which is lovely. But sure, it was nice to go on that, and you got a job done, and it was free as well, which is always a nice wee thing. So yeah.
Was there an audition process?
Not really. I just told them the story, and they did a video call with me. They didn't call it an audition, but maybe it was. I don't know. I just kind of treated it like I'm chatting you now, to be honest. So, yeah.
I'd say that was the audition. Definitely,
probably was. Yeah, they didn't call it that, but
no, they're not going to do that. There's some sort of a screening involved in order to, but at the heart of it and the beautiful part of it is the story of your granny's accordion. So are you playing it now? Is it playable?
I do play it at home now. I haven't really took it out much now. I'd probably take it to Martin Quinn maybe or someone to get a bit of fine tuning done, because they did a lump of work on it. But but still needs a bit extra work, like mechanically, you know. So, but like the intention is to play it out, and even if I didn't, like, it's great to have it that now it's in lovely condition, can display it on the wall, like, and
tell the story.
It's a legacy of the family, like, so.
Yeah.
And like at the end of the day, it was my grandmother that got me into the accordion, you know, and like I can remember even she was on her deathbed, and I can remember, you know, sitting on the bed and playing the accordion. She was playing a local tune, like, you know, and that was, you know, like a good memory, like, you know.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
And it's brilliant also that, you know, you have carried it on, and now that you're so passionate about it, and now with the first album coming out. And then with you, Stephen, then would I be right in thinking your dad particularly would have taken you and driven you everywhere to sessions and workshops and all the rest of it?
No, Dad would have, like as I said, Armagh Pipers on a Monday, but he also.
And that's not a short spin from Ballinascreen, is it? How long's that? About an hour and a half?
About an hour and 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Felt like 4 hours, to be honest.
Nearly 3 hours round trip.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was
my
just
gosh.
horrible starting off school on a Monday and then no one to get into the car for that trip, and then up there for maybe an hour and a half, and then another hour and a half home. It was a long day now, to be honest. But
you have a good yarn with Fred, you'll be all right. You'll be all right.
Some arguments, to be honest. Plenty of arguments. No, but Dad would have took me to, you know, Scalation and at the Flaws and stuff over the years too, like, and just different workshops and stuff, like, which is all useful now, I suppose.
Yeah, but then at that stage, you know, around you in Ballinascreen, would there have been much music in that area?
There would have been. I did go to Ballinascreen Traditional Music Group when I was really young, but that's when I wasn't really taking it serious. Like, but the music's far stronger, I think, personally, in Fermanagh direction. It seems to be like whatever it is, young ones don't seem to stick at it down where I'm from. They always seem to just stay at it for a while and then forget about it. Whereas up with Gary, like, you'd see a lot more young ones playing and keep playing, like, which is great to see. I don't know what the reason is. But
I think it's football.
I don't know.
I think it might be GAA.
It could be.
And it might be like breaking fingers and bones.
Well, I don't know.
I know, because that's the funny thing, because any musician, a lot of musicians you talk to, right, if they have been involved in playing sport at all, they always say that it comes to a point where they had to choose one over the other because of what's been happening to you recently.
Yeah.
You know, but you're playing on doing both.
Play on, do both, and sure, luck, you end up with wonky fingers and everything. End up with no hand. That'll be the next thing.
Oh, don't be saying that. Don't be saying that.
Good.
No. Don't be saying that. No, but seriously though, then I suppose it's the ecosystem you're saying, just a better setup in Fermanagh.
It probably is a sport, to be honest.
Well, yeah, that's like, and also in Fermanagh there is a lot of sessions, like, you know, I mean, like, even if you take like Enniskillen, like the session scene is a lot more active, you know. Well, in Enniskillen, I can't speak for there, I don't know it that well, but like for Fermanagh, like in Enniskillen, there's at least 7 sessions a week, like in Enniskillen, like, you know, which we do 2 of them, like, you know. And you know, it's a vibrant scene, like, to have it at home, like in a small town, like, you know. So
that's where I'm playing all my music now, in a skill. Like, I hardly be playing where I'm from now at all. Maybe playing a local bar in the Market Inn, maybe 2 or 3 times a year, but apart from that.
And hang on, you're living at home. Were you driving to Enniskillen the whole time just to play sessions?
Me and Stephen is a long distance relationship there, like.
Maybe that's the secret to why it's working.
Well, look here, you have to do these things, don't you?
But Gary, I think you're in the position of power here because he's driving to you.
Maybe that's why I'm tired all the time.
I'm under the thumb.
No, but I do enjoy the music up with Gary. Like, it is good experience. Like, and I'm like, you're always learning. Like, and there's meeting new people too up there, and it's good to see the young ones coming through. You know, it's very, very strong up there. There's like a lot of young ones would join our sessions, and it's great. Like, no age at all, and they're playing unbelievable stuff. Like,
like actually, you know, like there's one boy I'm teaching there, and he's the age of he just turned 5 there, you know, and like you've got children as young as that playing concertina or accordion and join you, like, and you know, it's great to see that they're really keen to join, like, you know, and you try and include them as best you can, like, so.
Yeah, and you're just when you mention children, that's what you're working with children in music at the minute with Music Generation.
Yes,
and is it's in the border regions, isn't it? This Music Generation.
Yeah, so it's across Cavan and like Monaghan, and actually this morning I was teaching a workshop for them at like a event that they have down in Monaghan there today. So yeah, it's great, and I'm going around schools for them teaching during the week, like, so. Yeah, no, it's been good.
And how are you seeing Music Generation say, like, feed that ecosystem of children coming to music? Like, what sort of work's happening?
Well, like, I mean, like apart from going around schools teaching for them, they're doing a lot of extra events. For example, they have a group called Tradoodle, which Maggie Maguire like organises, and Maggie's the, like the main lady that I be, talking to with, and she organised it, and there was around, I'd say there could have been 80 kids there today maybe, and they were playing with Gardace, so the band Gardace. Actually, Dave Sheridan that recorded our album, he's with Gardace, as you know, and basically they were playing with them today. They did like a concert and basically getting about 70 to 80 kids up playing with them, and it was great to see. Like, so they're doing a lot of extra stuff that you wouldn't get normally in school or.
Yeah. And
like
you've
that.
taken a break from teaching.
Yeah, like for this year,
I
I suppose, like, coinciding with the album coming out and that, I'm working with Music Gen at the moment, and it's I'm working the days that I'm available, which like works well, like, so.
Yeah. So it's allowing you to focus on this, and the album coming out shortly. Chunky Business, the first of this lovely duo here. the first.
It's not the last.
The first product of this relationship. So tell me, who else is on the album then, and why are they playing on it?
Yeah, so we've got John McCartan, who you've had in previously. Like, we know that the whole boys well, Cian and Dylan and John, and we've got Jerry McMahon on the guitar also from Fermanagh, who we've been playing with for years, maybe the last 10 years, I'd say, anyway, Stephen.
Yeah.
We've got Ryan O'Donnell from Armagh, a brilliant bouzouki player, and Rachel Masson on the keyboard. There's a great range of accompaniment on it, but it's all people that we enjoy playing with a lot, and of course Owen on the bow, and we can't forget about Owen. Don't forget about Owen now in the bow. I poor Owen, we slag him a lot.
He's easy to slag.
He is like, he's he can take it. He can take a lot more. And Murdoch McKibben as well on the fiddle. He's on for a few tracks. So it's a good mix. It's a chunky mix.
A chunky mix and chunky business. Well, I wish you all the best with it.
Thank you.
But it sounds like you're at the start of something. So do you want to tour it? Do you want to do performances? How does
well, I suppose that's where we'd be aiming. At the moment, we're just doing a few home launches, but before Christmas, I mean, there's not really much time. We've already took on other gigs that we're kind of committed to, but in spring we have a lot of different festivals that have booked us for concerts, etc. We're
down in Ballydehub.
And we're in Carrick-on-Shannon playing, and Ballyshannon, and in fact, the pictures for the album was taken a bar in Ballyshannon called McIntyre's, a lovely bar, and it's one of the bars that has really looked after us well over the years. So it was a lovely scene for the whole photos and that. So.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit like this bar, to be honest. Up in Madden's, they look after you very well. Like, and we know Bamber here very well. And in fact, we'll probably be doing a launch up here. He's been talking about doing a launch. So
he's been torturing you then, basically. Say aye. It's what happens because you just want people to do well. That's what this podcast is all about: is giving a platform to musicians like yourselves to let people know what's happening in the scene and that they can keep up to date with things.
Yeah.
But well, let's finish then with Madden's. So what does this place, this establishment mean to both of you? So
well, I mean, for me, I have family that live up here. Like my sister and her kids live up here, and I've been coming to Belfast for a long time, and it's always the place that we hone into, and Bamber does enjoy having us, and we enjoy having him as well. but yeah, no, it's a great spot for tunes. Like up here in the corner there, we have great old tunes, plenty of late nights, and yeah, it's the place in Belfast that I would go for a tune anyways, and I know that, but
No, because it's a rarity to come up here and see the place empty. It's not
So weird. So weird.
not often that it happens. You walk up those stairs and this.
Oh, no, sometimes we clear the place. No, we wouldn't.
Oh no! And what about you, Stephen?
More or less what Gary says, like, you know, this is the hotspot for Irish music, like, and it's always great to come here and to be able to play, like, so yeah, no.
That means
I can't add much more what he said there.
that means launch gig coming soon to upstairs here in Madden's, and we'll do music at Madden's live with the two of us. There you are. Well, come here. Lovely to talk to both of you. Thanks a million, Stephen McKee and Gary Curley. Thank you so much. Chunky business.
You got it.
Thank you.
On message.
All right.